guys, what's up? It's everyone from DarkMatch again, and we're here covering Against All Snooze. Good God, was this show boring. Anyway, we'll get into that, though. Hi, I'm War Machine.
I am No Leaf Clover.
Oh, what? Against all odds? Oh, yes, I'm Digifox, the fox that rocks your socks.
That was the worst fake snore ever.
Sounded more like you were going to spit on something. But anyways, I
Yeah, I thought you were talking to Loogie.
I am your foxy friend Backlash, and once again, it is time for What is Iron Sheik Tweeting Now? We're going to make it to Hall of Fame! The Virgil is the Chris Brown and the Ultimate Warrior have no dick, no balls! That is a Sheik tweet.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I'm confused. Does he still think that Rihanna is dating Chris Brown?
No, I think he's past that.
I'm just so... Anyways, let's move on. Against all snooze.
Yeah. Well,
I can safely say that I don't think I've ever watched a show that has literally had me contemplating taking a nap while I'm watching it. Because that show was so boring, soulless, and dry. I don't really know. Beyond those, I don't know how to describe it. This is going to be a short show.
No, the thing is, when I was looking at the match card, just looking at the card from an objective standpoint, I'm like, hey, this could be good. And what they did with it was nothing. Nothing happened tonight. Nothing. No. Well, one thing is noteworthy, but we'll get to that.
Oh, we'll get to whatever it was that was noteworthy, because I quite honestly don't remember anything from the show. That's kind of the problem, is that not only was it would have been one thing if the show was boring, but I seriously don't remember any of it. Like, I had to have a refresher course before the show started, but still, it's like I was questioning the authority of the people who were telling me what happened, because I was sitting there like, did that actually happen? Really?
So first of all, it should be noted before we get too deep into this that Taz is not on commentary tonight, and that's because he's had a death in the family. So our condolences to Taz and his family right now.
Yes. And unfortunately, we've got Jeremy Borash, and I don't say this because he's a bad commentator. He's not very good on. He's not very good on the booth. But the main problem I had is that for the most part of the show, I couldn't tell him apart from Mike Tenay.
Yeah, they do have a very similar voice pattern, and I would like to say, sir, that I completely disagree with your claims, and I think Jeremy Borash is a piece of shit commentator.
He's a decent ring announcer.
Yeah, he's a decent ring announcer, but that doesn't translate to commentator.
No, well, that's what I was trying to say. I just got the words wrong.
It's like if he had Howard Finkel on commentary.
No,
and he's doing it coming from the top of the turnbuckle.
Was it too much to ask to bring back Don West for one night?
Yes.
Yeah, Don West was at least Don West sounded like he gave a shit.
Might have given some energy to this goddamn pay-per-view. In fact, that might have been one of the problems. We don't have Taz to try to liven things up.
Well, liven things up, a.k.a. say something incredibly stupid that just baffles us.
I know. You can argue that Against All Odds was just as boring as Genesis, but was that much better because we had Taz on commentary.
Yeah, I would agree.
But anyways, we get to our first match. I say match with air quotes because this match is going to end very quickly. It is a number one contenders match for the X Division title. Zema Ion versus Jesse Sorensen. This match did not go well. Not at all.
No, it did not.
See, what happens is they start the match like normal, but very quickly into the match, Ion decides to do a moonsault to the outside, an acai moonsault, and he fucks it up very badly. He knees Sorensen right in the head, and they have to stop the match and check on him. And the referee throws up the X, and they have to bring out trainers to haul him to the back. And it has been confirmed that he does have a fractured C1 vertebrae.
You know, there's something to be said about practice. There's also something to be said about how, yeah, I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to say anything else about Sorensen.
I don't have anything against Sorensen. It's just
I mean, I don't really either. But it's very obvious that that wasn't something that he should be doing.
Well, one has to wonder who's going to be in the doghouse because of this. Ion?
no. Zema Ion's going to get pushed to the moon because whenever someone does something like this, they always seem to get a push.
Yeah. It's kind of the sad state of TNA. Legitimately injure someone and then, push. So, this match wasn't really that great before.
It wasn't even a match.
Yeah, no,
it was just a clusterfuck.
But how long was this match, anyways? It had to be
5 minutes or something.
Yeah. But sadly, this might actually be the most exciting thing that happens tonight, except for one other thing, but we'll get to that.
Anyways, let's get this going.
All right.
Again,
let's move on from this bullshit and move on to some other bullshit because we've got Christy Hemme backstage with Bobby Roode, and he just goes on and says, he just goes on and says that the better man will walk out tonight. He's got the it factor. He's the most dominant champion ever. This is nothing. It's nothingness. But then this happens, and I know that this only happened because the previous match got cut short. We have Robbie E coming out with Robbie T, and he offers an open challenge to anyone who wants to come face him. And out comes Shannon Moore.
Christ. Talk about a match I didn't want to see.
Yeah, this match was balls. Okay, it wasn't balls, but it was just...
It was pretty balls.
Well, you've got two competent workers in here, but this match wasn't even promoted beforehand. They just threw it together because their opening match got fucked up.
It was just boring.
It seemed to drag too, didn't it?
Just like everything else on this fucking show.
Yeah, boring is going to be a reoccurring word on this show.
And the sound of will also be reoccurring.
Oh, what? Oh, Robbie and Shannon Moore is still wrestling? Oh. Go back to sleep.
Anyways, the match is not very interesting. Robbie E wins because they're not giving the TV title to Shannon.
I would hope not. He hasn't been on TV in like 6 months.
Yeah, you kind of have to be on TV to defend it. TNA.
and yet it can be defended on a pay-per-view. Go figure.
It's not the house show title. It's like this title defense will not be televised.
You know TNA would do that though, right? It's not even a joke.
They've done stuff like that before.
They probably would.
They've had the X Division title change hands on house shows.
TNA. If only you didn't fail so hard.
Oh, TNA does.
Then we wouldn't have a show.
Good point.
This is true. Never mind. Keep failing.
To be fair, we could lampoon the heck out of WWE without too much trouble.
It wouldn't be as fun.
It would just kind of seem like bullying that one kid on your block that your mom tells you to be nice to.
Well, WWE does their share of stupid shit, but it's not nearly as noteworthy as TNA.
Anyways, what's next on this piece of direct pay-per-view?
The Knockout
which
title match.
Happened?
And so, thus far, this was actually the best match of the night. Which is not low fucking standards.
Yeah, it's a bit. I guess you could call it the best match of the night. It wasn't. It wasn't great, but it was competently worked. I don't get TNA because it always seems like their matches are just badly put together. You know what I mean? Like it always seems to me that the matches themselves, when you put the two people in the ring together, it should be magic. But it just comes out like this fucking boring, poorly played bullshit that no one cares about. It's really fucking weird and awkward, right?
Yeah, well,
Pretty much.
this is a match I really wanted to like because you know that these are two of the best female competitors that TNA has right now. You know they can put on a better match. They should have put on a better match than this, but it's just impossible to get emotionally invested in any of this crap.
It. I mean, what else is there to? What else is there to say?
And honestly, I'm trying to really love Gail Kim as a champion, and she's probably one of the best things on the show.
Ish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
we just have like
that's all
I'm sorry,
relative.
guys. We have no enthusiasm for this show.
No.
I apologize.
We're
It's
trying.
fucking
We're really
boring.
trying. We're reaching. We're trying to get stuff going here, but it ain't working.
It was fucking boring as shit. We were just sitting there watching the. It was more fun talking about how fucking boring everything was than anything else. That's how this fucking show was.
You know what was fun? What was fun during the pay-per-view? Watching Teefus scream at his computer because he's playing Star Trek Online. That was better than the pay-per-view.
It's not my fault he doesn't know how to play it right, by the way.
So anyway, Gail Kim wins.
Of course. And next we've got an interview with Christy Hemme backstage with James Storm. Generic.
Yeah, they're going to interview all the
Yeah.
competitors.
And there's only one of these that's going to be noteworthy. I'll give you a guess which one it is. But next we have the TNA Tag Title match: Magnus and Samoa Joe versus Matt Morgan and Crimson.
Oh fuck! Excuse me, guys.
Seriously, Digi, you need to work on your fake snoring.
Yeah. It sounds like you're spitting.
Okay, well I need to record myself actually snoring then.
Just watch the show afterwards. Anyways.
You won't have to fake it.
Yeah, you'll be asleep within the next 15 minutes.
So yeah, this match was like if it had a little bit of energy before, this is the match that basically killed all energy. It was boring, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what is there to say about what is there to say about any of this?
Well, Samoa Joe and Magnus versus Matt Morgan and Crimson.
The match, it's your standard Matt Morgan and Crimson match.
That means not good, right?
Yeah!
It's
Yeah!
just a haunt fest.
Like, I could just put a loop of me going, I did, and they, for 20 minutes, and you get the exact same experience as watching this match. Nobody in this match gave a fuck.
No. It was nothing. This whole fucking pay-per-view was nothing. I really do prefer it when TNA at least sucks. Because when it sucks, at least it's fun to talk about. When it's nothing like this, that's when I fucking get annoyed.
Well,
yeah, like I would rather watch X Pac and Kevin Nash and the Dudley Boys have a piss poor match where they all break their legs in the ring for 10 minutes. Like, at least that shit's entertaining.
I'd prefer to see Bully Ray have a lightsaber duel with Balls Mahoney than watch this.
Because that was actually funny. It was stupid, painfully so, but at least it was funny.
Oh, from the chat. Mega Fighter. I'd rather watch Jenna versus Charmel.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Low blow, dude.
But you know the fucked up thing? The more fucked up thing is, he's right. Because we would have had so much more fun fucking making fun of that horrific thing than anything else.
Well,
this
we're
match.
around the match. Let's. The thing is that Samoa Joe and Magnus win, and wait, what? Samoa Joe wins. Samoa Joe wins. Samoa Joe has a title belt in 2012. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Lies.
It's witchcraft. Witchcraft.
Surely this cannot be the case, sir.
I'm sorry, seeing Samoa Joe with the title belt these days, this just says to me this should not be.
Burn him. Burn the witch. Kill it with fire.
It's juxtapositionary. Oh man.
But unfortunately, this is only just a. They're not gonna do anything with this. This is just like throw him a title to keep him happy.
Yeah, a tag title.
The tag titles mean fucking nothing in TNA anymore.
There's no tag teams in TNA. They've dissolved them all.
And we get the impression that Matt Morgan and Crimson aren't going to stay a team after this because how this happened was we can't let Joe like hit his finisher or anything. What happens is Crimson accidentally spears Matt Morgan, and that's how they get the pin.
What? That's some El Garbaggio.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have another backstage interview. This time with Bully Ray.
Wait, what?
I just look at the heights that Joe's fallen to, and I don't think Joe cares, and that's sad.
Yeah,
I mean,
he really.
This is a guy who could make a legitimate case for being one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the best wrestler in the world at one point, and he just does not give a single fuck. He has no fucks to give. It's just sad, man. TNA, this whole pay-per-view was just fucking sad.
We'll have more to say on the state of TNA and where pay-per-views can be, and probably Impact as a whole can be expected to go from here on out. But yeah, Christy Hemme is backstage with Bully Ray, and this was the only one of these that I actually liked. Only because Bully Ray and his gimmick of treating Christy Hemme like crap amuses me.
It's more fun than watching a lot of other shit.
And talk about the most overblown Brooklyn accent I've ever heard.
Like seriously, it was like Bebop and Rocksteady from Ninja Turtles isn't that overblown.
I would much rather be watching Ninja Turtles right now.
Yeah, like sign me up for Ninja Turtles 3, please.
Can we watch Ninja Turtles right now? Can we just end the show here and just watch Ninja Turtles?
I mean, why not? I mean, we're pretty much going to be saying the same thing over and over again for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, you'll have more realistic action out of like the Ninja Turtles movie. Oh
God. Yeah. Can we just play for the rest of the show? Can we just play like Sitting on the Dock of the Bay on loop or something? Because that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just sitting here wasting time.
No kidding, man.
That's TNA in a nutshell. Wasting time.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. We keep saying that, and people are going to be like, "Oh, come on, something had to happen." No.
After
Literally,
Sorensen broke his neck, nothing happened, or whatever he did.
yeah, the pay-per-view pretty much broke its neck along with Jesse Sorensen.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon. Too soon.
That's
hard.
I wasn't even making a joke. I was just stating a fact. You got to go. This could end this guy.
War Machine. Can you do something to liven this show up? Because I feel bad for the people watching this.
All right, give me 2 TNA wrestlers.
How about we try to come up with a reasonable explanation for why Sting and Jeff Hardy are marks for each other?
Wait, who are marks for each other?
Sting and Jeff Hardy.
I have the perfect reason why.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Okay, where did this take place? Backstage somewhere.
This took place backstage at Impact a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to the return of War Machine's Masterpiece Fanfic Theater. I'm excited. I really am. I haven't had any good material to work with in days. Sting walks backstage. He has his sunglasses on his face, but that's to hide his eyes from everyone who sees him. He puts on a false bravado of this insane man, but on the inside, he's just as insecure as everyone else. He sees Jeff Hardy approaching. Ah, my friend. He thinks to himself. They walk towards each other and begin talking like they normally do. How the kids are doing, how Sting's son did in football, etc., etc. Eventually, the conversation gets a little too private for outside, and they head to Sting's office. After they close and lock the door, Jeff Hardy turns to Sting and says, "Look, I just want to apologize about my behavior at Victory Road. It was completely unprofessional of me to go out there the way I did. I'm entirely responsible. You did what you had to do, and I just want you to know that I don't hold it against you anymore." Sting takes off his glasses, his eyes red and puffy. He wipes away a few stray tears and walks towards Jeff and puts a hand on his shoulder. "It's okay. Maybe now I can forgive myself." They embrace passionately.
Oh God.
They pull out of their embrace briefly to look into each other's eyes. They crook their heads sideways and engage in a fiery, fiery kiss. Their tongues in each other's mouths, playing as the kids do it, tonsil hockey. They break briefly. Sting goes to check and see if the door is truly locked so they can't be disturbed. In this brief interval of time, Jeff Hardy has removed his belt from his pants. His belt is now on the floor. His belt and pants are now on the floor. Sting slowly moves down to remove Jeff's underwear.
No.
He removes Jeff's pants and sees Jeff's rock hard.
Oh, good Lord.
Sting wraps his mouth around it. His head. His head moving back and forth in a motion I'm sure they're both all too familiar with. After a good 5 minutes, Sting removes his mouth and drops his pants. He proceeds to himself on the big stick.
Oh. Oh, good Lord.
Jeff Hardy walks directly behind him and proceeds to thrusting back and forth. Jeff not being able to contain himself grunts like a mating tiger. Sting lets out a primal yelp that even on a seismograph they couldn't categorize.
Oh, this is so disturbing.
Oh God, what the fuck is wrong with us?
After a good 30 minutes, Jeff finishes inside Sting. But not just inside Sting, all over Sting. And thus ends this week's edition of War Machine's Masterpiece Fanfic Theater. I'm going to go hang myself. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank you.
my God. This just went from our worst show ever to the best thing that we've ever done.
Needs work. Needs work. Fuck you, Duos.
Oh God, we needed that.
Ugh.
Yes.
Oh.
And now, for a severe change in shift, back to the pay-per-view. Oh, I need a cigarette.
And
That's the
not
only
the
time we'll be
reasons
saying
you
that
might
this evening.
Really? You need a cigarette? I need a bath.
I need 3 baths. How do you think I feel?
I think I need therapy.
oh, that was just really wrong, but really funny.
Do we have to talk about the pay-per-view again?
Unfortunately, yes, because I actually have a little bit to say about this next match. Because up next is a match we really should have cared about. Because it should have been awesome, but it wasn't. Alex Shelley versus Austin Aries for the X Division title.
Yeah, this match was really disappointing. And I think went on for way too long.
God, yes.
Like, it seemed like it would never end.
Yeah,
It really... Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It seemed like it would never end. I mean, there were parts, and I know this match couldn't have been that long. There were parts where they were literally sitting there, seemingly doing nothing. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
I mean, you pretty much said it. It's another one of those matches where you're going, okay, on paper, this doesn't look like a bad match at all. It's Alex Shelley versus Austin Aries. It'd be awesome. But it goes back to what I'm talking about when I say they have these pretty good matchups that just feel like nothing.
Well, the match is what you make of it, and I really have to put the blame on Aries and Shelley. Like, these guys could have put on a 5-star match if they wanted to, but it seemed like neither of them were really into it.
I mean, if you're Shelley, would you be into it? Because look how long he's been off TV. And I don't think he's been hurt that whole time either.
No, he's been probably relegated to Explosion. And
I'm not trying to excuse that as a reason to have a piss poor effort, but I'm just saying it just seemed like neither one of these guys were enthusiastic to go out and have, a great match. And considering how talented both of them are, they should be. They're both really, really, really talented. And
what do you call these types of matches? No leaf rice cake matches?
Yes, rice cake matches in which it's a nothing match.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, it's a nothing match. It doesn't fill you up. It's empty calories. Has no nutritional value. It's just there.
Yeah, that's really the problem. And I have to say that part of it is I don't think TNA really gives these guys much of a reason to put on a good match because we've said it before, we'll say it again many more times. These guys are not getting paid shit.
Yeah, they really aren't. And in a way, I'm surprised that it was so boring and bland of a match, and at the same time, I'm not surprised because they have zero motivation to do anything.
I really think that anyone who's not already a main eventer has just kind of accepted the fact that TNA is just going to use them up and throw them out when they're done. and they'll go nowhere in this company. So they've all just said, I've stopped trying. And unlike Eric Young, who says, I'm going to have some fun with it, everyone else has just given up.
Well, because Eric Young's kind of crazy. Like, let's be honest.
Eric Young was always kind of crazy. Even when he stuck to the script, he was always kind of weird and crazy, like behind the scenes.
But but you can tell he's having fun. You can tell who's having fun doing what they're doing and who is not. And the unfortunate thing is, it seems like there are a lot of people not having much fun doing anything in TNA. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line.
Well, and that's not surprising though, because they're working for a company that does not care about them, one, and two, doesn't even really didn't appreciate their efforts to begin with. So why should I
get what you're saying. Why should they care? And it's tough because you don't want to say that. You think they should care regardless, you should be proud of your work, but if
they're proud of their work, they're just not proud of their work in TNA.
Yeah. If you're Alex Shelley and if you're Alex Shelley and Austin Aries maybe has a little less of an excuse because he just came back. But other than that, I mean,
they're not proud of their work. They're not proud of their work in TNA because TNA is not proud of them.
And, it's really kind of damaging their careers because, as we've been saying, TNA is not long for this world, probably. And once it's gone, these guys are going to have to start looking for other promotions to work with. They take these matches that they're having to someplace like to PW, well, probably not PWG, but they try to go to like Ring of Honor or even like WWE. They're going to say, hey, look, you've been having shitty matches for the past few months. Why should we hire you?
Yeah, and they won't accept frustration with management because that's even worse. Hopefully the TNA video library just it gets engulfed in flames or something. And that way they don't really have to worry about it so much. But this kind of stuff really is just backfiring on them further, and really it's their fault, but at the same time it's TNA management's fault because in a roundabout way, TNA management is still fucking them.
Yeah.
Even in the afterlife, they can't stop screwing their workers.
Oh, God.
Anyways, we've deviated enough. The last thing I have to say about this match is this is the only match the crowd really popped for.
Yeah,
they're
dead for everything else.
Yeah, as boring as it kind of was, this was the one match that everyone was like, ooh,
well, I noticed it started out really good, and then as the match kind of dragged on, the crowd got less and less, and by the end, they were silent.
Yeah. Because it was the match where they were like, this match is going to be awesome. And then the match happened, and they were like, oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, Austin Aries wins with a brain breaker and his submission move, which is called the
Buster.
The Brain Buster, and his new submission move, which is called the Last Chancery. I don't get that name, but yeah, Shelley taps out.
It is
Aries
because
retains.
it's like Last Chance. Last Chancery.
Oh, I see what they did there. So clever and original.
Anyways, we follow this matchup with a video promo recapping the AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian feud, and nobody cares!
Nobody!
And then, go figure, we have AJ Styles versus Kazarian up next.
Here's another match that we didn't give a shit about. Well, here's another match we should have cared about, but the only thing I noticed during this match is AJ Styles has a new Dixietron video, and it sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty bad. I I don't remember it much, but I gotta be honest. But
I think that's the problem.
You know,
Yeah.
TNA loves its video packages, but they don't put them where they belong. Son of a bitch. But this match was actually not that bad. It's just not that memorable either. Because you get two competent workers in there, but like everyone else, they're just going through the motions.
Yeah, there were times during this match where I would like click away from it for a second, and I would come back and be like, "Is this match still happening?" That's not a good fucking thing to have two wrestlers like Kaz and AJ Styles in the ring and have me go, "God, is this still going on?" That's not a fucking good thing. It doesn't bode well for your fucking company.
And it's not a good thing when you turn away and you come back and they're doing the same shit they were 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, this match was very WWE-ish, I guess.
I wouldn't insult WWE like that.
But it's just, it's very rest hold oriented and not very fast paced. And do you guys get what I mean?
Yeah,
or am
I get what you mean. I'd honestly describe that as the next match we're gonna get, but that's next. But yeah, there was a lot of stalling in this match. It was apparent that once Kazarian and Styles hit all their spots, they're like, "Well, what do we do now?" Like, headlock.
Yeah, it was rest hold oriented, very just kind of the stalling. Like, I completely agree with you. It was, and that's probably what made this match worse, was that they obviously either one didn't want to do this match, or B just did not plan this out at all.
It just felt you watch this match, you go, this is a match that should be so much more than fucking is. Two very, very talented, capable workers. There's a big part of the problem with TNA matches is just that there's like no fucking psychology at all whatsoever.
Yeah. There was no psychology. There was no like telling a story. And you know what? This match has backstory to it, but we didn't know that.
It has backstory, but we're just not on we're not on the inside, so we're not allowed to know.
Because there is a story to be told. Like, Kaz, I guess, a couple times looked like he was tortured and kind of like struggling with what was going on, but only sometimes. It was bizarre.
They're trying to tell us that Christopher Daniels has like dirt on Kazarian, and I don't know what he could possibly know on him. Like,
my guess is still that he knows that Tracy Brooks slept with Eric Bischoff.
But how could Kazarian not know that? It was on TV.
No, my theory is that Kaz is the only person in the known universe that does not know about that. He was out of the arena. He didn't see that show. He blacked out because he was pissy drunk. Something like that. You know what I mean?
There's aliens on a distant planet right now looking down at Kazarian and AJ Styles saying like, "We know that Eric Bischoff slept with your wife."
Oh.
How do you not know this? Are you not paying attention?
Everyone knows it.
I'm gonna guess it's kind of like the whole anonymous Raw GM thing. The writers don't know what Christopher Daniels knows yet, and we'll probably never find out.
It's gonna be just like the fucking Hummer.
Or the GTV. Or who pulled the briefcase.
Obscure references.
Obscure references, obscure references, obscure references.
No, I'm so disappointed.
Well, let's move on from this match because my brain is starting to hurt. Kazarian,
I would like to explain, but briefly, I would like to explain why I was disappointed, because I feel it's far more interesting than this show. So, on the Rooster Teeth website, they had a bunch of free codes for the Mass Effect 3 demo, which is coming out tomorrow, but still I would have preferred to play it tonight. Yeah, I missed the code giveaway by 11 minutes.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, and all of the codes are taken. I tried the bottom, I tried like some crazy number in the middle, and the Internet Box, which is another podcast I listen to, seriously, anyone who kind of likes us would like the Internet Box. We share a very similar sense of humor. They were doing questions on Internet Box trivia, and I completely missed that too. So, no Mass Effect 3 for me, I have to wait. Like all the rest of you people.
Ha ha.
I am sad.
So we have another backstage interview,
yeah.
this time with Gunner.
Why are we talking about this?
Fuck.
I
And now
specifically talked about Mass
Gunner.
Effect 3 so we could get away from this.
And now let me instruct you on how to do a proper snore.
Very good.
Whoa. Gunner. He's in my nightmares.
That's not me clapping,
Wait.
that's me tapping to your snore.
Oh, dude.
Ew. The fuck?
I'm sorry. You got me into that headspace. I'm sorry.
Oh God! Can we not do this anymore?
You got me into that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
We're almost done. We've got 2 more matches to go, and we're done with this fucking pay-per-view. But this is possibly the worst wrestling match they have had all year.
Oh.
Gunner versus Garrett Bischoff, and you want to talk about a rest hold heavy match because all Garrett Bischoff knows how to do are roll-ups, and Gunner has precisely 2 moves, a neck breaker and a headlock. That was all I saw him do during this match.
Yeah, he does not know how to wrestle. I had my suspicions, not gonna lie, but he has no idea. He has no concept of what to do in the ring at all.
Oh God! Who cares?
That's
Who
cool.
cares? No one cares about fucking Gunner and fucking Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff's son.
You know what?
No one cares except these 2 fucking assholes.
There was one really funny spot in this match where even the ref is so bored with this match, he just goes to the outside to make sure that Hogan and Bischoff aren't fighting with each other, completely ignoring all the action in the ring. But no, we got to keep Hogan and Bischoff apart. Like, oh, screw those guys. They're in a headlock. And Hogan and Bischoff weren't even anywhere near each other at the time.
I'm really...
Yeah, they were like on opposite sides.
You can't keep your own goddamn referee invested in your match, TNA. You suck at this.
I'm really disappointed that Hogan didn't wrestle. Because
why would you be disappointed about that?
Because Hogan wrestling is one of the funniest things I have ever seen. Did you not watch Bound for Glory?
Wrestle because it's funny.
I'm sorry. It would have been way more entertaining than this match. Because then there's also the allure of will he or won't he bump?
Will he break his back in this match? Will he break his back climbing up the steps?
It's like watching Mae Young wrestle.
I don't want Harm to be fall Hogan or anything like that, but it's funny. It is funny, and you can't deny that.
You know what? I've said it before. I'll say it again. I have no sympathy left for Hulk Hogan anymore. So yeah, it is funny. This
But
man is destroying
Gunner-
professional wrestling every time he opens his goddamn mouth. So
He truly is.
So
And you know what?
if I watch him almost die, then it is time well spent.
Okay, I wouldn't go as far to saying that, of death or anything, simply because
I
I
said
don't.
almost.
Well, fair enough, but still, like I seriously do not wish harm to befall on the man. However, if he climbs in the ring again, I cannot be held responsible for how hard I'm going to laugh, because he's bringing it on himself at this point. Everyone has told him, stay out of the ring. No one's listening. He's not listening to no one. Nobody. No one.
Not one single solitary soul.
Nope. And you want to know
Hey.
why he's not listening to one single solitary soul? Because he swallowed them all. Hulk
Wait,
Hogan,
what?
Hulk Hogan eats souls. You heard it here. Heard it here
Hulk Hogan
first.
eats
Use
souls?
flesh.
He's sticking his fingers in his ears and going.
I couldn't hear you. No, seriously, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, true facts.
Oh.
True facts. He swallows souls. He's a succubus.
I believe it.
Oh boy.
Anyways, the match ends with Hogan. He finally punches Bischoff, and Bischoff sells it like death. And Hogan goes to climb the stairs to throw in the towel, and Garrett's like, "No, no, I will go the distance because we're ripping off Rocky apparently." And
The eye of the tiger, only the tiger is fucking blind.
that was a good one. And he
And the
eats
tiger
DDT, and that's the finish.
Get me out of here. I can't have it.
Fuck.
I can't have it.
War Machine,
Can't
War
do
Machine,
it.
calm down, calm down. We're almost done.
I can't.
Almost done.
I can't.
We're almost done. Almost done. Now, up next is the main event. But before the main event begins, we have a video package, and then we have each individual wrestler coming to the ring, and then we have the over-elaborate introduction. But from when the video package started to when they rung the bell, or even better, to when the first punch was thrown, was over 15 minutes.
Balls to that.
But I'm getting ahead of myself because you know how they do these main events at pay-per-views. Jeremy Borash gets in the ring and he does his over-the-top introductions, but Borash is on commentary. That means it's Christy Hemi's turn to do it.
Fuck.
And sure enough, she's horrible at it. But the funny thing is, you guys were with me when we were watching this, and I was just saying, "Oh God, someone please take that mic away from her." And I guess Bully Ray heard me because he does just that.
Yeah, he walks out and they're introducing inductions, and Bully Ray's on like, "Ew, no, I don't want to hear you speak." Rips the mic away, and then it's just like, "Oh yeah,
And it was awesome.
talk."
Bully Ray is slowly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers in TNA.
And that's fucking sad, people. Think about the
I know.
implications of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I just want to give you a hug now, Backlash. That shows how far we've been pushed.
It's
When
like
we're starting to
we're-
accept Billy Ray.
It's like we're coming down with Stockholm syndrome.
Billy Ray. I called him Billy Ray. When we're starting to accept Billy Ray Cyrus
Don't
as our
get my
favorite
heart.
wrestler.
My aching razor.
He can cut a
Oh,
best
of both worlds.
So yeah, this match.
Stop it. Stop.
Did you
Stop
cannot
snoring.
fake snore, okay?
You can't do it. Cut it out.
I could definitely real snore.
Don't do it.
You know what?
I too swallow souls, and I will swallow yours.
This was supposed to be a four-way match. I'm calling bullshit because Bully Ray and James Storm were complete non-factors in this match.
Yeah, it was one of... If I could sue TNA for false advertisement, I probably would. However, I don't think that. I think by virtue of the fact that there was 4 people in the ring, even though they didn't do anything, they'd still get away with it. Son of a bitch. I don't know. I mean, this match was balls. I mean, let's get this out of the way. Absolute monkey testicles.
And you know what? I know we talked about this last night, but we're going to say this again. This might as well not even have had Bobby Roode in it, because the only thing that is being built up right now is Sting and Jeff Hardy, because
Yeah.
that was the finish. Bobby Roode
Oh,
needs to
well,
grab the belt.
Sting and Jeff Hardy are building themselves up backstage, if you know what I'm saying.
As we covered earlier.
Hi-oh!
And
USA! USA! USA!
Just call for a USA chant.
I feel that it does.
I don't know, Hacksaw Jim Duggan parallel. I don't know where he's going. Anyways,
There
the
was
finish of this
there
match.
was a plank. There was a plank involved in Jeff Hardy and Sting's incursion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyways, the finish of
The
this match
plank
is,
was his penis.
we get it. Anyways, the finish of this match is Bobby Roode goes to get the title belt, but Sting, being the special guest enforcer, is like, "No, you cannot have this. I'm taking this from you." And then Bobby Roode gets in his face. He's trying to egg him on, trying to get Sting to hit him with the title belt. And finally, he spits in Sting's face, and Sting charges with the belt. Bobby Roode ducks out of the way, and he nails Jeff Hardy in the head.
Oh snap! That wasn't the first
fuck.
time that Jeff Hardy got nailed in the head.
Oh, brutal.
I'm enjoying myself far too much right now.
Yes, you are. But hey, we have to find our own enjoyment with this goddamn pay-per-view.
I think TNA has driven me insane. I was on the verge, I was there, and I think TNA has finally done it.
Yeah. But the finish is, because the referee is out, it falls to Sting to count the pin. And Bobby Roode has him covered, and Hardy's not waking up, even though Sting's yelling at him, "Jeff! Jeff! Jeff!"
I don't even have to make the joke here. It made itself.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
Jeff!
Gigi's just getting it.
No!
Oh yeah, Jeff Hardy.
You can't see, but I'm doing my victory dance right now.
Anytime.
So, Bobby Roode retains, and Sting is left in the ring, weeping over the corpse of his lover.
Are we just accepting that into canon now?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Sweet. That means I get to do this more often.
Yes! Yes, you do.
I would have to wait for the opportunity to arise. While something else arises backstage at TNA.
Heyo.
Now, though, if we
What the hell is wrong with me?
many things, but if we could get serious for a bit. I know No Leaf posted a video about this, but probably no one saw it. They're building up Jeff Hardy to win the title at Victory Road.
Fuck.
This is something we
Yeah.
were prepared for. And I'm not unconvinced that sometime between now and whenever the hell Victory Road is happening, Bobby Roode won't drop the belt to Sting.
Oh, good lord.
Will or won't?
He will.
Yeah. Yeah, he will. It's gonna happen. Like I don't want to be that guy, but
Yeah.
it's happening.
And they're gonna say like last year at Victory Road, these two were supposed to have a match, but Jeff Hardy threw it all away. After 1 year, he's come back for his redemption and his second chance, even though this has happened like 6 times before.
Yeah, he's had far too many redemptions for it to be a redemption anymore. He's redeeming boners. That one was a stretch. Oh, no, I'm gonna let that one go.
Okay, stop. Enough. Enough.
Oh.
All right, I'll stop.
To be serious, this goes back to a fundamental problem that TNA management has, focusing on one or two guys to push come hell or high water and just ignoring everybody else. Like ignoring things like fan reaction and shit like that and building storylines. It's like, oh, let's push Jeff Hardy because he's our guy. Let's push Garrett Bischoff.
I just don't. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Let's move on, please.
Well, there's nothing to move on to because the pay-per-view is over. And you know what? At this point, we usually do what gets more screen time than Jay Lethal. But I don't want to fucking do what gets more screen time than Jay Lethal because Jay Lethal deserves better than to have his name on this show. So all I'm
Yeah,
going to say...
Jay Lethal gets more screen time than TNA.
All I'm going to say is the bleak and utter nothingness of TNA gets more screen time than Jay Lethal. And God bless him for getting his ass to Ring of Honor.
I would agree.
Let's end this before...
This is depressing. This was a depressing way to end the show.
Yeah. Let's end this before one of us falls into sadness.
Did you guys do the thing where we're gonna shamelessly plug ourselves?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have one more.
Oh, no. You had to know, Leaf. You had to.
You set me up for it. That's not the only thing that got plugged on a TNA show.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel good. Something, something.
Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube and on Blip. Follow. You can catch our videos at treproductions.wordpress.com. And don't forget to tell your friends, tell your family, because we're poor. And
And follow us on Twitter. We have lots of funny things to say, I promise.
that's going to
I
be
have
it.
the most funny things to say. Follow me at the War Machine.
Shut up!
War Machine 12 on Twitter.
No. That's it.
Show's over. For everyone here at DarkMatch, I am your foxy friend Backlash.
I am the fox that rocks your socks, Digifox.
I am No Leaf Clover.
And I'm Mr. War Machine. And Drew Barrymore's sexy. Good night, everyone.